Crafts with Julie, and today we are doing some more 4th of July jewelry, so stay tuned. Alright everybody, I got it all kind of set up and got all my beads counted out and everything, and this is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be using our elastic thread or string, whatever you want to call it. I cut it about, I think it was around 8.5 inches long, somewhere around there, because I wanted to make sure that I had enough room, and I probably should have cut it just a little bit longer, but this is what we are making. I went through and I found some charms, and we're using our letters that we have in our little box that we got back here, and I got different colors. I have the gold USA that's going to go on here with our blue, and I've already done the red and the clear, and I'm just going to show you guys with the blue how I got this put together. So this looks like it might be just a little bit snug for you, because once I cut off the excess, it probably ended up being around 7 inches maybe, so this might be just a little bit snug, but you guys could make this to do as a set or to wear individually, however you want to do. But let's get to it. What I found to kind of be the easiest, I need some more of my beads. I counted out all my outside beads, but I need just a couple more because we're going to use some of our small beads. Out of our whole set, we got the big beads, the medium, and then the small beads. I just used the small and the medium. The big ones to me just were a little too big for something like this. So we've got that medium and the small. And all that it is basically alternating your sizes. And so we're going to start with the U. And I'm really hoping that the blues are just a little bit easier than the red and the clear, because of these having those faceted sides that makes them super like sparkly, and so the light shining and glaring, oh my goodness, it was giving me so much trouble with the other two, especially the clear. It didn't seem like any amount of light really helped. There we go. I can see the hole on the bead, but my elastic just did not want to go through. Oh, come on, you were on there. And this was something else that I found that was giving me just a little bit of trouble. Kind of get this bead to roll around a little bit. And get it to go through one hole. But it would just like get stuck inside the bead or something. Okay. So now we have our letters. And on these two, I did the little charm to the right of the A. I think this one I'm going to put the star to the left of the U, just to kind of change it up, because I like to be able to wear these as kind of a set. So I want my charms to kind of offset each other a little bit, kind of alternate just a little bit, just to change it up a little bit. So we're going to go on ahead, whoa, and throw beads at ourselves. Come on, there it is. And sometimes it was easier to leave the bead on my mat and then just kind of roll it around until I found the hole. I haven't quite, ooh, those almost came off. I haven't quite figured out just the easiest way to do it. I had my pliers out holding the bead, trying to do it that way. And sometimes it would help, sometimes it wouldn't. My eyes would be sitting there trying to focus on the bead, and then everything would just kind of start to blur, and then I would lose sight of where the hole was on the bead. And so it got just a little frustrating. There we go. And then sometimes it just falls right into place. Okay, and so on this charm, as far as I can tell, there's no front or back. And I went ahead and I used a small 3mm, I believe it is, of my gold jump ring, and already had that put on my charm. There we go. And now we've got our small beads in between all of our letters. We're going to go to one of the big beads. Oh, well, I thought I had that. There we go. All right. And then now we just continue on with repeating that pattern of the bigger bead and the smaller bead. And I counted out 8 small and 8 of the bigger beads for each side, on either side of USA. Oh, come on. I know you are right there. Ha. And sometimes you have to get just a little creative on how you hold the bead so that you can string it on. There we go. Oh, oh. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I can definitely tell that this one is going just a little bit easier than the other 2 colors, so maybe the darker color helps, and then these lighter colors is just a little bit harder. Or it could also just be me, because I know I am just a little bit weird. So it could just be some of my weirdness coming out. Oh, come on. Ah, it was on there. There we go. Alright, so we're going to do it this way. No, come on. And also, working with this elastic, that is, I'm sure is probably because it comes on that spool, so it's wrapped around it for a long time until you start to use it, that it likes to flip around. Come on. Ah, I had it and it flipped, and then it just came right out of that bead. Come on now. Ah. There we go. And I think I found when I was making, I think it was the clear one that I was making the other night. And I came across a bead that, as far as I could tell, there was no hole in it. Oh, you were on there. Because I was rolling that bead around in my fingers. I put it on my mat thinking, okay, the contrast of the dark green would help, but I couldn't find an opening anywhere on that bead. So I figured, well, that's just kind of one of those factory things where it just got skipped when it was getting made. Oh, come on. I know you're there. You were just on this cord. You're right there. I can see you. There we go. Hold that cord down, and then I was able to slide that bead on there. Like I said, sometimes you have to get kind of creative to get the beads on. Alright, where are you at? Ah. Oh, I had you. Ah. No, stay on the bead. There we go. You see, it's coming together. It just takes just a little bit of time. So, just so you know, kind of going into something like this, whether you're just making the single bracelet or you're going to put all three together and wear as a set. See, and look, those little ones went on just perfectly fine. Anyway, whether you're just going to make one of them or you want to make all three to wear as a set, just remember you're going to be kind of sitting down for a little bit. So I don't know if you're going to want to sit down and do all three in one sitting, or if you just kind of want to set a little bit of time aside and make one on individual nights. That's what I ended up doing, but I worked during the day, so by the time I'd get home and get dinner done and get through eating, I'd have enough time to just kind of fiddle around with one, and then I'd be like, okay, I'm good for tonight, because I'd be tired from work and what have you, and so I would just want to kind of sit down and relax There we go. And see, it all just kind of depends. Sometimes you're able to find the holes fairly quickly, and sometimes you're not. Okay, we are getting close. We're almost there. Since I'm right here, I'm going to go ahead and put the last of the pattern done on one side, then a medium, then a small, and then the last medium on this side. I know that hole is right there. Okay, medium. Try to get my lighting to hit this just a little bit better. There we go. Oh, well, I thought I had it. And then something else to keep in mind, once you start getting to the end of your wire, your thread, or your cord, whatever you're using, just be conscious of the other side that you're not working on, that your beads are starting to slide down. Ah, come on, you're right there, you're the last one. Okay, because as you can see, here's the last bead and here's the end of my cord. There's that last bead and here's the end of this cord. So it was getting shorter on that side than it was over here, because they were kind of sliding around on me. So you want to keep a watchful eye on that. Okay, so once you get all your beads on, you want to try and get them all just as centered as possible, as even. You want to get the ends of your cord and everything as centered as possible. That way you've got the same amount of cord on either end to tie. And so there's one single knot there. And get my fingers to cooperate. No, 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 no. Don't come untied. It did that to me the other night, but I had the cord definitely too short, so I had to go back and cut 3 new strands of cord that were longer. Oh, come on. Let's get you to go under here. Come on. But I had the cord too short that first time, and I'm trying to tie it on the end, and the beads just went, oh, half the beads went flying across my mat. I was just a little bit miffed, to say the least. Come on now. There we go. And 2 knots would probably be okay. I like to do a 3rd one just to be on the safe side. I like to make sure that that's going to be secure and it's going to stay that way. And I didn't grab my scissors, but that's okay. These have a little cutter on them. And you just cut that down as close as you can without being too close to your knot so you don't cut your knot. And there you guys have it. Alright guys, and there you have it. Get my hand to turn right there in the camera. Got your red, white, and your blue. Got your stars. And we've got our flag charm right there. So that way you guys will be all set for the 4th of July holiday that's coming up very quickly. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And if you guys have any suggestions or comments or anything you want to see me do in a future video, just let me know down below. And as always, you guys have an awesome day.